Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most offensive and degrading reality shows to hit TV.
My name is Eden, and I'm 4 years old, and I'm a pageant superstar.
Number 10, Are You Hot? The search for America's sexiest people. Judging people based on their appearances has always been a standard of reality TV. It's the basis of several dating games, including Next, an MTV show where you could instantly chop people if you thought they were ugly.
So I'm gonna have to say Next.
However, one ABC production took that concept over the edge. In Are You Hot, contestants would strut their stuff on stage in bathing suits and then let a panel of judges point out every so-called flaw.
I think you've got great eyes, you've got great face, so I'll give you a 9 there. Your body, I give a 5 because I think you're way too muscular. Like I said, it's too ape gorilla looking. I think it's just too much.
Hyper-focusing on tiny imperfections only added to the already toxic beauty standard of the early 2000s and only served to upset. The use of tools like laser pointers only made the experience more degrading. We can't help but wonder if TV fame is really worth subjecting yourself to this.
But I gotta deduct some points for the body, because whether it's natural or not, it's too thin, okay? 7.0 on the body.
Number 9, Dating Naked. We understand wanting to be real, but this is going way too far. VH1 created a dating show with a brand new twist. Everyone would meet each other entirely in the nude.
This is crazy. This whole thing is crazy.
While everything is censored, just knowing that they're making small talk while completely naked is enough to put a damper on everything. While it was an entirely new take on the dating show genre, it can also be argued that they went overboard for the sake of novelty.
It is quite intense every time I see it. I'm not gonna lie.
The concept also came across as exploitative due to the inherently uncomfortable nature of it and the capitalization of their discomfort. Even when the contenders were dressed, viewers couldn't get past the awkwardness, which eventually led to it ending.
Is there a connection here or no?
There's a little connection, yeah.
Number 8, The Moment of Truth. It's said that honesty is one of the most important qualities, but this is proof that the truth can hurt. On The Moment of Truth, players would answer a series of increasingly invasive questions with the hopes of receiving a cash prize.
How well does your wife get along with your friends?
Depends on the situation, but usually it's pretty good.
Question 8. Have you ever suspected one of your friends of making a play for Katya?
They hooked everyone up to lie detectors, which have been proven to be beatable and aren't admissible in several countries. Beyond the logistic errors, it was also morally dubious.
Have you ever dated someone you were not attracted to because he had money?
Yes.
The format was designed to be humiliating to not only the contestants, but their loved ones as well. People were willing to go to extreme lengths, even ruining their marriages, to win.
Do you believe I'm the man you should be married to?
With all the drama in the first season alone, it's no wonder that it didn't get picked up for another. Number 7, Kid Nation. For this show, Lord of the Flies was treated like an instruction manual. On Kid Nation, children ruled with disastrous consequences.
You got a bad situation!
Kids were left to essentially fend for themselves in a private town. While there were adults off camera running things on set, for the most part, they were left to their own devices. From cooking to cleaning, everyone had their own responsibilities.
You gotta wait for the water to boil. I would say it's boiling.
They were thrust into situations even some adults would need help navigating, such as water pipes freezing and holding elections. The latter only served to divide them even further. While the intent was to show how hard it is to build a society from the ground up, all they ended up succeeding in was mildly emotionally scarring a group of children.
Mike, stop!
Why? Greg, since he's all big and strong and older, he would try and break me down. That's sure what it felt like.
Number 6, The Pickup Artist. When it comes to capitalizing off insecurities, VH1 is an equal opportunity offender. The premise was simple. Men would learn how to talk to women, all while taking advice from a host named Mystery.
What can I do in order for her to feel she has either done something right and will be rewarded with it without my saying a word, or she has done something wrong and she should be briefly penalized?
They were all given tips on how to attract women and were put in situations where they would try to pick up random partners. They were also labeled with a flaw, such as having a slightly high-pitched voice. It was later revealed that many of the participants were just actors and never needed the help.
Either you are the observed or the observing, and we all want to be the observed.
While reality TV being less than real isn't new, it still felt deceptive due to the advice being passed off as legitimate. Needless to say, it promoted toxic behavior that has unfortunately bled into the mainstream.
I cannot wait to learn what they have to teach, because if it is something I can learn in these next 8 weeks, sign me up.
Number 5, black, white. Healing race relations has been an issue in America for decades. So who better to lead the charge than TV producers and Ice Cube?
It's just so exciting to be a part of this project.
The result was an extremely problematic race-bending series where 2 families wore makeup to portray another ethnicity. Once the swapping was done, they were sent out in public to experience what living life as another race was like. It was an oversimplified concept, as simply dressing up isn't enough to fully understand someone's lived experience.
Do we really want to be like saying, okay, so that's what most black people do, therefore I should do it to blend in? Because I know that like all of us are trying to learn about the other race, but it's so much in the language of stereotype.
This was evident by one of the white participants using the opportunity to say slurs. Besides the obvious issues in the makeup department, the show itself depended on the furthering of racial stereotypes, which was the exact opposite of their original goal.
Wow, this is all really interesting. I am never around, or very rarely around, black people.
Really?
Yeah.
Number 4, Boy Meets Boy. The most disappointing reality shows are the ones with wasted potential. The first all-male dating game was formatted like The Bachelor, where one man would have the opportunity to meet several potential mates and choose a partner from there.
Everybody's out to get this perfect guy. That's definitely ingredients for a lot of drama.
However, partway through the season, there was a sudden twist. It was revealed that some of the men were actually straight and were competing for money too.
Of all the 3 final mates, Wes, Brian, and Franklin, one of them is straight.
This came as a shock to The Bachelor and the audience, who had both wanted to see genuine romance. Seeing them play into what they thought were gay stereotypes in order to win was just cruel.
What if, after all is said and done, I picked somebody who was playing a game? Well, you know how devastating that would be?
It's a shame, as the community would have rallied behind it had they not had the rug pulled out from underneath them. Number 3, Who's Your Daddy? This was like a deranged version of Mamma Mia. One woman who had been adopted as a child was tasked with narrowing down a large group of men to find out who her true father is.
If you've never met your father,
I'm your dad.
I'm your dad. I'm your dad. I'm your dad.
I'm your dad. I'm your dad.
The actors have to convince her they're her family, with a cash prize if they can fool her. Needless to say, it was an uncomfortable, emotional watch.
Witness the most dramatic reunion event ever televised.
Scared to death.
And a lifelong dream fulfilled.
It was criticized by adoptive parents across the nation, who felt that it painted the practice in a negative light. They were also criticized for the intentionally provocative title as a way to pull more viewers in.
It was a very turbulent time. We weren't sure what was going to happen.
Overall, Who's Your Daddy was seen more as clickbait than a genuine attempt at reuniting a family, leading it to be swiftly shelved. Number 2, Toddlers and Tiaras. We have serious questions for whoever greenlit this. Based around forcing young girls into the beauty pageant circuit, Toddlers and Tiaras has been considered one of the most harmful reality shows in recent history.
She did great. She went with the music and she went up there, did her own thing, and she brought it. She brought it on.
From putting children in inappropriate costumes to forcing them into painful beauty routines, the parents went to extreme lengths for the sake of the crown. It put a spotlight on how abusive stage parents can be and the things kids are put through to win a contest.
When Kaylee walks on stage, it's one of my proudest moments as a mom. I've always wanted to be the best of the best in anything that I did, and I absolutely instill those same values in Kaylee.
The fact that the series ran for as long as it did is shocking, as most offensive productions get the boot after a season or two, not 7. Thankfully, it was canceled in 2016, and hopefully, we'll never see a repeat of it.
Less talking, more fixing.
We're getting ready for talent now. Cassidy loves talent, so I have faith in her that she's gonna do really good.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few dishonorable mentions. Keeping Up with the Kardashians. It's one of the most controversial shows about one of America's most contentious families.
What's wrong with you guys? My diamond earring came off in the ocean and it's gone. And there's people that are dying.
Love Island. No matter what country it takes place in, Love Island is exploitative and drama hungry.
Do you feel you've changed since he's gone?
Oh, 100%. I've changed.
I Want to Marry Harry. Several women were convinced they had a chance at dating a faux Prince Harry.
Oh my gosh. Is that who I think it is? We were definitely thinking, like, who is this guy? We had a bunch of different theories.
19 kids and counting. This seemingly pure family was weighed down by dark secrets and fundamentalism.
Kind of anticipating not so good news because I haven't been feeling that great.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, The Swan. Unfortunately, one staple of 2000s reality TV was completely altering the way you look. From preying on brides' insecurities and bridalplasty to promoting disordered eating and exercising an extreme makeover, producers were willing to go to any length to get people to permanently change themselves. However, the most egregious was The Swan. 2 women were pitted against each other weekly to see who would undergo the best makeover. These were done primarily through extensive plastic surgery, with the veneer of turning ugly ducklings into swans.
So great. Oh my God, no.
The very basis of the show was cruel and promoted ideas that were unreachable without going under the knife. After watching this, it's clear to see why there's been such a push for body positivity in recent years.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Which reality show do you think has been the most damaging? Let us know in the comments down below.
You're gonna need to firm that body up just a little bit. I know you guys like these voluptuous packages, but I saw a little too much jiggle. Could you turn around for me?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.